This week on Project Superhuman, I'm working with a coach to integrate my inner child. Is the inner child something that prevents us from being adult and from realizing our full potential? Or should we heal our inner child and then integrate it with our whole so we can become a more aligned version of who we truly are? Is our inner child carrying one of our greatest superpowers? Let's see how it's gonna go. The inner child isn't just one thing. It's a patchwork of different parts of your psyche. Each part represents a fragment of yourself that got split off when you were a child. These fragments carry unresolved emotions, things you felt but couldn't process at the time. And until those emotions are processed, those parts stay separate, influencing your life in subtle ways. Integration is the process of reconnecting with these parts, allowing them to express, process, and release those old energies so they can become part of your whole self again. Hey Joanna, can you hear me? When you
Anyway,
asked me in the message, like, what's the one challenge right now that you would like to remove or to solve that will result in the greatest joy you experience? It's such a simple question, but thinking about it, it's really hard to come up with the right answer. I don't
I
know
know.
because it's like so many things are entangled that
Yeah.
you cannot really kind of choose one.
Well, and it's exactly right what you're saying. And this is exactly, well, what we are saying here, or what we are doing here is, I don't know how much you know about how trauma is created, but basically,
I
whenever,
kind of am um, aware, but not like scientifically. I'm not into. I don't know
yeah, yeah.
any medical.
No, I'm keeping it very simple. Basically, we have a lot of little wounded aspects, like little inner children. Like inner child is not one, it's multiple. Then we've got loads and loads and loads
Mm,
because as children we go through life, starting from conception. So we look at the womb, the period in the womb, because that has a huge impact on our life, which is new, scientifically new, the recognition that we are not clean slate when we are born. We are already, very often, we are already deeply traumatized. And then whatever comes afterwards. So we look at all these little aspects of us and we treat them as actual children. And the way we find them is we just go with the feeling because the mind doesn't cannot really store the memory accurately. So we don't hunt for memories, we hunt for the feelings, and we let the subconscious mind to bring up that aspect that's creating that particular challenge in our life. And then we go there and then have a conversation with that aspect. But this is the thing that most people get a bit hung up about it is like, why are we saying this I'm so sorry thing? So I find it important that
It's so hard for people to say sorry even to themselves.
I know, but it's really important that we are not pitying anyone
Yes.
here. We are giving compassion.
That's what people don't understand because being sorry is not about pity. In the
Yeah,
main reason why being sorry exists is about establishing a connection of compassion.
exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. And in the meantime, I'll be taking notes. So if I'm looking down, I'm still listening.
No
I'm just
problem.
taking notes. I'll guide you through that step by step. And how are you feeling now?
I feel more light.
Very, very good. You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you. This was
That's
really
it.
interesting experience. Thank you so much for
No,
your time and professionalism, dedication. Uh, it's such a pleasure working with you. Such a
thank you.
gentle
Same.
soul and voice, and it's really great experience and
Yeah.
power that comes with it. It's really unmeasurable, I can say, because I really feel a difference in myself. I feel more like the anxiety that I felt,
the need to always fill up the silence, that certain like unease in yourself. Right now, I really feel comfortable just sitting and explaining
Great.
even slowly. Even I guess you can even notice in my voice I'm a little slower.
Yeah.
Maybe because of the meditation, I don't know. But I don't
Yeah.
feel this sense of rush.
Yeah. 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 Do you mean like your mind is quieter? Like,
Yes, like I don't need to try so hard to be perfect. That's how I feel.
yeah, perfect. That's amazing. That's
Thank you so
amazing.
much.
God bless you. Thank
Thank you so much. So,
you.
I will, what came to my mind about the challenge of this week and the levels, I will see how much more playful uh, different areas in my life will be work, uh, at home, relationships, just day-to-day life, and I will measure based on that. So from now till the next 3, 4 days, I will try to kind of like journal these differences.
Can I suggest something else? A bit
Absolutely.
slightly different approach to it. How would you feel about being just completely open to whatever transformation wants to come and just trusting that whatever's coming is what's right for you right now without trying to control the outcome? Because something much bigger could come if you
Absolutely.
trust it. And
That
that's the only reason why I'm asking. And it also to go back to what you said at the beginning, which was very, very true, that all our different aspects and all our different life areas are completely entangled and like in a web. Like you can't just isolate one thing. So if we resolve one thing, it could have an impact on a completely different area of your life that you never thought was like linked.
this is even
So
more exciting. Yeah, so I
so
will
it could show up in so many different ways, like the
yes,
results in so many different areas. Like, oh, I never knew this was connected. So
absolutely. So I'm keeping an open mind. And
yeah,
at the end of the week, I'll just reflect and see, and
yeah,
then I will rate the
yeah,
experience
yeah.
because thank you so much again,
Thank
and
you.
I will not take more of your time.
That's
So
okay.
yeah, we'll see how this week goes.
All right. So this week on Project Superhuman, I worked with Coach Johanna to integrate a part of my inner child that I had been disconnected from for years. Here's what happened. So, when I was a child, I remember once asking my mom for a puppy. I really liked that puppy. It was a pure, innocent desire, but instead of being heard, I got slapped. And in that moment, something in me fractured. A part of me that naturally expressed desires and needs learned it wasn't safe to do so. Fast forward to now, during my session, I got to reconnect with that exact moment, and I finally integrated that part of myself back in. And honestly, the difference it has made in just 1 week has been incredible. It has been subtle, but incredible nonetheless. First, what I noticed is that I'm way more playful in my daily life. Even in my workouts, I literally name my workouts according to Dragon Ball Z characters, just because it's fun. Second, the daily anxiety that I have been feeling and reporting in the previous weeks, if you follow the Project Superhuman journey, it's almost completely gone. I feel lighter, calmer, like I can shift out of low emotions like anger, disappointment, sadness much faster and return to my baseline. So my emotional agility also improved. Third, and this is huge one, I actually feel desire again. Simple things like wanting to buy myself new sunglasses or allowing myself to express what I like without shame, without overthinking, it came back. Till now, yes, I had desires, but I always kind of put myself last. I didn't follow my desires. I didn't, if I want to buy something, a cool cloth or cool accessories like sunglasses, I wasn't ever putting them in the first priority. I was always putting them in the last. I was always putting everything else and everyone else ahead of me, but my desires. Now I express my desires without feeling guilty or without seeking validation from others. And all of this came from just 1 hour of deep inner child integration work. So the big lesson for me this week is this. When you heal and integrate those younger parts of yourself, you don't just fix the past. You unlock more freedom, more play, and more authenticity in the present. Your inner child is not something to get rid of or grow out of. Your inner child, in fact, is the source of one of your greatest superpowers. To play, to push the boundaries of imagination and to believe in the impossible. But exactly this belief in the impossible, when accompanied with reason and unconditional guidance from the adult self, makes things that exist only in our imagination to become a reality. Your inner child is what connects you with the divine. And your job as an adult is not to outgrow your inner child, but to embrace it and guide it as if you are its parent. That's how you become whole. Okay, so these last 4 weeks of Project Superhuman have been all about doing small incremental changes that have the biggest result. As an example, achieving one of the most desired states that billionaires literally spend millions of dollars just to get a glimpse of for free, or doing small tweaks to your mindset and developing laser focus so you can achieve your monthly goals within a week, or doing small incremental changes to your lifestyle and optimizing your hormones. And even doing just one integration session, 1 hour, and that transforms your whole life, past, present, and future, and makes you a more whole version of yourself. Now, this has been the 4th cycle, and there are 2 more cycles of this whole project. The next 4 weeks is gonna be all about truth. They're gonna be a little bit slower than the past weeks to allow me time to rest, recharge, and prepare. Because the last 4 weeks of Project Superhuman, they're gonna put me to the test. They're gonna be the culmination of everything, and they're gonna be the hardest weeks that I have ever gone through. I'm gonna try to do something that you never thought I'm capable of doing. But for now, let's see what next week carries.